On behalf of your host, Steve D, this is Bruce Buffer saying thank you for tuning in to Xtreme Lyfe. And now, this is the moment Xtreme Lyfe fans around the world have been waiting for. It's time!
All right, everybody, welcome to Xtreme Lyfe. I am here today with my man, CFFC Flyweight champion, Phumi Nkuta. I'm so happy to have you back on, man. I love it. You've been on like 3 times, and I love having you on the show. You're so, you got such a thing going on right now, man. I think you're on like a 10-win streak right now. I was just out to see you fight at the Hard Rock, where you defended your title successfully again at CFFC 104. What's going on, man? What's the secret here?
Dude, it's just nothing but hard work, baby. That's it. At the end of the day, feel like when you're part of a good team like Sarah Longo and you're in that single day working, the results speak for themselves.
Yeah, and you can't beat that team. I mean, you got straight up killers in that gym. I mean, I know we've probably talked about it before, but you got Chris Weidman, you got Aljamain Sterling, Matt Frivola, Marab, you got James Gonzalez, the list goes on and on. Justin Montalvo, Nazim, you got, Dennis Bazooka. I mean, you got everybody in there, man. It's like, what the hell is going on in that gym?
It's the who's who of fighters, and everybody's got different styles, man, and different things that they bring to the table. So it's awesome for training. You always get different looks.
Yeah, and I think that's key, right? I always say you train up, right? You always train up. Train up to the people that, if you surround yourself with people that are at that level and that are that good, you're only going to get better.
100%. But that's the thing is, it's a group effort. You know what I'm saying? It's not just an individual effort. It's the collective group that's saying, you know what, let's get this thing together. That's what makes it great.
Yeah. And coming in there and seeing you guys, from time to time, I mean, it's like, you go in there and that team is just such a supportive team. Everybody supports each other really well. I mean, even the sparring and just getting ready for the fights when you guys are in camp, I'm sure it's just all, it's all about getting you through the next spot, right? Getting you to the next fight, getting you through it and giving you that victory.
Yeah. No, especially when there's a lot of camps going on, it definitely gets loud and rowdy in there. It's great.
Yeah. I know there's been a lot happening now. I know Matt Frivola is getting ready for a fight right now. I think on the 23rd or 22nd. I'm not sure what the date is, but he's coming up on a fight. I mean, you guys are, really just kind of rallying right now, and you got a lot of people like between you, undefeated. I think Justin Montalvo is also undefeated right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are just on a roll here, man. There's something in the water over there.
Like I said, man, we're just a bunch of dogs that work hard, man. That's it. Every single day. I think now a lot of people are going to start seeing like the fruits of the labor. You know what I'm saying? But it's just years and years of just constantly showing up to the gym day in, day out.
Well, that's the difference, right? That's the difference between people who win and people who lose, right? It's not that everybody comes in super talented or super, everybody comes in at different levels. And, it's about putting in that work, right? I always say, champions aren't made in front of cheering crowds. They're made in that lonely place, that place of pain, that place where you're just kind of grinding and putting in the work, and it hurts, and you're there anyway. You don't want to be there, but you're there anyway.
It's the stuff you guys don't see that make the champions, man. And think of all the times you've seen a champ have to show, have to show his grit, have to show how tough he is. Think about all the times, he's had to show that behind closed doors too. So I'm saying if you've seen a fighter show how tough he is, once or twice or 3 times, he's probably had to show it, 5 times as much as that, behind the scenes, that you guys just haven't seen.
Oh yeah. You know, it's like to train for, what is it? The you know, possible 25 minutes of fighting, right? you got to train 25 million hours. You know?
Look, if you want to do it the right way, man. But look, there's a lot of fighters out there that want to take that shortcut, that think what they got is enough. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of happy those fighters are out there, because it makes it easier for the guys like me.
Well, you know, you call them obstacles, right? You know, they're just something you got to go over to get to where you want to go. You know. You know, I mean, hey, you could have all the talent in the world, man, but I'll tell you what, the talent alone is not going to do it. Talent alone will get you so far. But there's a lot of people that are out there that are talented, you know, and, you know, if you're talented and you kind of don't show up, it's only going to, you know, sooner or later, you're going to fry yourself. Sooner or later, that weakness is going to show, and you're going to end up, you know, falling on your ass somewhere.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing with talent too, man. You know, you gotta put in the work, and having that confidence and being able to, like I was saying before, when it gets gritty, man, when it gets tough, be able to still thrive and still, you know, make it look easy out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that takes hard work. That takes, you know, being in the gutter already, you know, in the dark, like we were talking about.
Yep. No, I hear you. I hear you 100%, man. How's the hand? I mean, I you know, couldn't help noticing that you have a bit of a cast going on there, my friend. And I know we talked after your fight at the Hard Rock, and you showed me, and it was a little bit swollen up. So what was the overall? I mean, where did you end up there, man? I mean, it's definitely not good if you got a cast on.
Definitely broke the hand in the middle of the fight. Yeah, it wasn't like I was saying, man. It really wasn't my best night out there. But look, man, I still didn't get touched out there. But yeah, broke the hand in the middle of the fight, pushed the knuckle back about like halfway down the hand, and we just got the surgery last Tuesday. So got the cast on Wednesday. I got about, you know, after this Wednesday, another 5 weeks in the cast.
Okay.
It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just 6 weeks for a broken bone, and then I get the strength back in the hand, and then we're back moving.
Yeah. So what's the recovery look like? I mean, what's your plan for recovery? I mean, you're still obviously trying to get some movement in, right? You're still moving. You're not going to I don't think you're the type of guy I know if you're anything like me, I've had surgery on my wrist a while back, and people were yelling at me because I was doing pull-ups like 2 weeks after the surgery. You know, they're like, what are you, out of your mind? Right. You know, I just can't sit still like that. I would imagine you got that energy level as well, man, where you just want to go out and do something. Now, maybe you're not doing, you know, obviously you got a cast on, you're not going to be out there doing pull-ups, but you're probably on the bike. You're probably doing some running. You're doing some stuff to keep yourself in shape.
So I can't exactly even really do that, because I actually have rods in me.
Oh,
so
okay.
The way they were telling me is they explaining the situation was they have these 6 rods that are keeping everything in place. So they don't doing much movement right now to actually move anything out of place, because then it's going to heal like that.
Yeah.
I might have this in this cast. So I can't really run. I can't really, you know, do anything crazy on the bike, but, you know, still got a rope. You know what I mean? I can still shadow box a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm always still watching the game too. I'm never too far away, my man. So
I know.
There's some stuff I can't do, but trust me, there's a lot I still can do.
Yeah, but that's got to be hard for you, huh? Is it hard, like just kind of dialing it back from, especially when you're on such a streak right now? I mean, you know, you have not lost a fight as a pro fighter, and you know, you're just dominating. And what's that?
Haven't lost a round.
You lost one round, or you haven't?
Round.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I've been to a lot of your fights, you know, and you always come in, you always dominate. You know, I knew at the end of the last fight, it went the distance, but I knew that I was like, oh, I'm totally confident, unless the ref is completely blind or the judges are completely blind, you know, which it always scares me when you leave it to the judges, obviously, you know, anybody, because, you know, a lot of time judges can make some really interesting calls. But I was very confident at the end of that fight that you had taken that one, because you were just dominating throughout the whole thing.
Thank you, man. No, that's the game plan, man. And like I was saying, even to be able to do that with basically one hand and still make it look easy, still not get touched, still have a guy throwing his all at me, and he still couldn't even land anything. I think that makes it even all the more cooler.
Yeah, no, and the fact, what round was it that you kind of felt the hand go? What round do you think it was? Where do you think in that fight?
And it was definitely third round. I was striking with him, and I wanted to do a lot more of it, man. And shoot, once I broke it, I was like, yeah, I can't really hit much with it at all. I felt it right away.
Yeah, you kind of knew at that point, right, that it was and one of the things I noticed, when you with you especially, I've seen it a lot, and it's, you have an engine, man, that just doesn't slow down. I guess that's kind of why you got the nickname Turbo, right? Because your cardio is so you just don't let up. You just keep going. You're on the gas. And sometimes I see guys come out like that, and I'm like, okay, this is going to last about a round, 2 rounds maybe, and then they're going to burn themselves out. You don't seem to ever have that, that slowdown. So what's the secret there, man? Is that just a natural thing, or how do you train for that?
Look, man, I gotta be honest. There's some secrets I don't want to give away, but I will say a little bit of it is, I will say some of it is the turbo genes, and another bit is Merab Dvalishvili.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I can imagine, training and sparring and all that stuff with Merab has got to be intense, to say the least.
Can't replicate that anywhere else, man. Like you could sit there and talk about, I'm going to do this workout or that workout. Look, man, put yourself in a cage with Merab Dvalishvili and survive. That's enough cardio you need, bro.
That's it, right? That's all you need. Yeah.
You need, brother.
Especially, because like I said, he's actually, he's doing incredible in the UFC right now. Like I said, most of, you can't say enough about Law MMA right now, because you guys just have a ton of really great fighters coming out of there. And, it's just, I think that's part of the secret too, man. Part of the secret sauce is you just have a ton of high level people there that are really going to push you over the edge.
That's it. Yeah. It's a good crew, and everyone's pushing everybody to get to the top. That's it, man. Dude, as long as we all keep working hard, I can't see why we all don't get that UFC strap at some point.
Oh yeah. No. I think, to be honest with you, man, I think you're going to get a call soon. There's no doubt in my mind, that, it's coming. It's coming, because you got the ability, you got what it takes. And I love, one of the things I love about when I go and I seen you fight, especially the last one, man, you're like, you're calling people out, man. You're saying, Figueiredo, I'm going to come kick his ass, stuff. So I just love it, man. And that's some of the stuff that you need, that's the energy you need, right?
Dude, that's just me, man. At the end of the day, that's just who I am. Like none of it's forced. None of it's, I'm trying of what to say, or what I mean, or I'm writing stuff down. Nah, dude, I'm just having fun. I'm flowing out there, man. And you could ask Ray Longo, you could ask Steve Lee, dude. When I walk into the gym, I got the same energy. You know what I mean? I walk into the gym, I'm like, let's go, let's get ready to train. I'm hyping everybody up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting everybody ready to go. So if you think I'm going to be hyped up and ready to go when I'm ready to train, like, what do you think I'm going to be like when I go out there and win a world title fight? You know what I'm saying? Of course I'm going to get on the microphone and talk about how crazy I'm going to beat up the next guy, you know what I mean? And get on commentary, start talking my ish there. You know what I'm saying? It's just me.
Yeah, no, and it's great, man. I love it. I think it's awesome. I think there needs to be more of that, with people, if you got that drive and that energy, man, and you're absolutely right. It just seems completely natural for you. It's not something that looks like it's forced at all. You're kind of you're a natural on the mic. Sometimes you jump on with the commentators afterwards. I've seen that. It's just it's a good look, man. It's a good thing.
And people like it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's annoying anyone. People love it. So I'm going to keep giving people what they love.
Yeah. And that's the name of the game, man. You got to remember it's 2 parts fighting, 1 part show. You know what I mean? You're right. You got to give people, some of what they, you got to really get the fighting. I mean, the fighting's where it really counts, but you also got to have that other dynamic personality in order to kind of really get there.
Luckily, I can do it all.
You can, man. You can. And I've seen it. So one thing I've been meaning to ask, and I meant to ask him the last time was, you're the CFFC champ. You've been a champ for a while now. I mean, you're undefeated. Like you said, you haven't lost a damn round, which is just fucking amazing. What kind of pressure does that put on you? Where does that, is there a lot of pressure there now? Because, obviously with that type of stuff comes a lot of expectations.
Nah, man, at the end of the day, it's, dude, I don't think anybody could put any more pressure on myself than I do. You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of goals that I want to accomplish, a lot that I have to achieve in the sport that I know I can achieve as long as I work hard, man. And that, to me, that adds pressure. So for myself, I give myself pressure. I give myself the drive and motivation. I want to do more because, I know what I expect of myself. Being undefeated in CFFC, being the CFFC champion, with only 5 fights and having won 3 title fights, I think it's just, if anything, a culmination of me showing, what I've been showing to everybody before, and that's just I'm the best. You put anybody in front of me, I'm going to win. It doesn't matter if it's on the CFFC stage, doesn't matter if it's on the UFC stage. You know what I'm saying? So, end of the day, man, put me against the best guy, I win. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the message I'm trying to send.
Well, that's what we've seen so far. That's certainly what we've seen you do. And I remember one of our interviews. I think it was before your fight with Ben Coyle. And you had said, "This weekend I'm fighting Ben Coyle, and I'm going to beat him bad." And that was,
I said it like that.
Huh?
I said it just like that.
Just like that.
And I'm a bad.
But you did. You went out and you did exactly what you said you were going to do. You went out, you won the fight, you dominated. And I think that was I actually have that as a promo. Every once in a while, I'll put that up as a promo. That one piece because I just thought that energy was really good. I really like that. I love the confidence. I love the energy. Who do you think if you got the call for the UFC? Who do you think would be a great, obviously, right now you're not going to be able to fight anybody because of the hand, but once you heal up, you get back on track. Obviously you're willing to take probably a short notice fight if you needed to. I think you're at a great weight for your fighting style and how you operate. I think this weight works for you really well. But what do you think would be a really good first opponent for you in the UFC?
Honestly, man, I'd love any of those guys, man. I would have said Askar Askarov. I would have loved that fight because, he doesn't have many fights. He's also undefeated, but honestly, man, dude, just give me any of those guys who are ranked. If they got a number, I know I can get a win against them. I know there was that, that other kid, the other flyweight kid that they just recently signed. He's only got like 5 fights too. Give me that kid. I beat him too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me Jay. Guy who's over here crying, begging on his knees for a UFC contract. Give me that guy. I'll beat him too. I'll leave him crying again. You know what I'm saying? Dude, at the end of the day, dude, at the end of the day, man, I truly, honestly believe that, we just work too hard over here and we're too good at this gym. You put me against, the lower tier flyweight guys that you just signed, I beat those guys. You put me against, anybody in the top 15, I beat those guys. Put me against Askar Askarov or Brent Moreno or Figueiredo, I'll break them mentally, man. I'm telling you, I'm just the best.
Well, I'd love to see it, man. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I can't wait till the day you get there because I'm definitely going to want that interview prior to you getting on that stage to go out there and show what you got out there because I just think, like I said, I think you got a bright future, man. You're still a young guy. How old are you now? You're what?
26.
26. You got dude, you got a shit ton of time left. So you got a lot of time to go out there and really make it happen. I think, it's going to be really awesome watching your career, especially because I've kind of seen it grow throughout the time that I've known you, seen your career kind of, flourish. I mean, you've been doing a great job and just winning against everybody. So I think you're exactly right. I think you're going to go out there. I mean, there's tough opponents in the UFC, no doubt. But I think, you got the right attitude and certainly the right camp, the right trainers. I mean, you can't do better than Ray Longo and Matt and Matt Serra. It doesn't get better than that.
100%. I mean, look, man, those there's two people you look at throughout history that people say are like the greatest of all time. It's Anderson Silva and it's Georges St. Pierre. We're the only both of them. Yeah.
No.
Oh, mic drop. That's all that needs to be said.
Hey, man, and like I said, you definitely have the right people around you. Ray's definitely probably the best striking coach in MMA history. And you have Matt Serra, who, I mean, when it comes to jiu-jitsu, who's better than that, right? Who you gonna learn? What's that?
You're not getting any better than that.
No. So when you're training and you're getting ready, I mean, how do you split your time up between it? Because I know you spend a lot of time doing groundwork and you spend a lot of time doing striking work. Yeah. What does that look like for you when you're in the middle of like camp and you're trying to, because MMA's, you can't be one dimensional anymore, right? It used to be you could be a ground guy or you could be a striker, but now you got to be good at everything. So that makes it even harder. What does your training look like for that?
Yeah, especially at 125 pounds, man, the guys are a lot more diverse. You're not just going to see guys who would either strike or just grapple at our weight class. A lot of guys can bang it up and do it all. So, but yeah, man, I get as much of everything. You know what I'm saying? I honestly, when I look at the classes, even at Sarah's and at Law, man, I'm essentially taking all of them. You know what I'm saying? I can't of many classes that I'm not taking. And if I'm not taking that class, it's because I'm taking that class somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So, I would honestly say, man, I mix it up pretty evenly. Yeah, I get just as much striking in as I do grappling. And trust me, I get a lot of both.
Yeah. And what do you think? I mean, if I had to say your favorite submission move, what would that be?
Man. I mean, honestly, man, my go-to is the rear naked. I'm pretty good. I'm that when I was I was going forward in the fight against Jason. I really thought I was going to be able to hit it, but when I broke my hand, man, I couldn't even like grab on to like my finger on that side. It was pretty weird, but
hang on. Sorry, man. My dog is running all over the place. I'm trying to move the dog from underneath my counter here while I'm trying to do this. And the dog's moving the camera around. I'm like, Jesus. So sorry about that. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Nah, no problem. Now, I would say definitely the rear naked or shoot, I don't know, man. They've been showing me some submissions at Sarah's that are a little tricky. So I don't know. I'd say either that or either rear naked or one of those leg locks, funky leg locks. I haven't learned it.
Like the heel hook stuff like that.
Yeah. Like Baron Bolo heel hooks, all that kind of stuff. Like yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. I mean, and that's the thing. And one of the things I think I like a lot, about the team dynamic down there is everybody's continuously growing, right? Nobody's kind of like, yeah, I've gotten to where I need to be. Everybody's kind of like, hey, they're so high level. It's incredible. But no matter where you go, you still have to be teachable and you still have to remain with that kind of thought process that you still have stuff to learn, and there's always stuff for all of us.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, the day you stop learning is the day you stop growing, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Well, Like, I think even if you like, for me, and since like in this instance, if I can't train, like there's got to be other stuff I can do, right? Like, watch tape and all that kind of stuff. So, I think there's always little ways you can grow every single day, and yeah, we're always looking to grow over here. We don't take these off.
I hear you, man. You can't, when you do that, you're you start to slide backwards, or you kind of leave the weaknesses open. And I'm always a big fan of training your weaknesses, right? Figure out what your weaknesses are and then work that shit till it becomes a strength. Right. That's always what you should probably do. If you're working towards, elite athletics, right? In any sport.
Well, if you want to be the greatest, look, if you want to be average, you can just work till they're, no longer a weakness. But if you want to be the greatest, then you work till it's pretty damn good strength.
That's it, brother. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else? What's coming up, man? Anything? Well, you don't really have anything right now, right? Obviously, but
just waiting the rest of the 5 weeks in this cast here. Once we get this cast off in about a month, then that's it. We're back moving. We'll see what we got. The world is my oyster.
How quick do you think you're going to be back at, like, after you get the cast off? We're in the middle of, we're almost, we're in January. When do you think you might be back in the cage?
Probably I get the cast off February. I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm not, because I'm even trying to go through the timeline to see how all that would even work out. Even if I get this cast off, probably February, regardless. Let's just put it this way. I'll get this cast off, I'll get in shape, and everybody's getting beat down at 125 pounds. That's it.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
I don't know, but it's going to happen.
Well, listen, brother, I appreciate you always coming on. I appreciate the update. Like I said, I think you're doing a great job. You're just, you're a rising star, man. And I can't say it enough. I'm not just trying to blow sunshine up your ass. I think that, it's going to be awesome watching your career continue to go in the path that it's going. And, hey, I just appreciate it. Hope you continue to come on and hang out and bullshit with me when you got stuff going on.
Steve, man, we're both going to the top. When I make it to the UFC, we're going to be interviewing me right then and there too.
All right, brother. I appreciate that, my friend. Have a good one, brother.
You too. Peace.
Peace out.